House Targaryen is the blood of the dragon. If any may lay claim to it, what are we then?
With these dragons, peace will be restored.
In this video, I'm going to break down the 7th episode's trailer and will discuss details like people leaving King's Landing and entering the Dragonstone castle, the Riverlands army camped in front of Harrenhal, Aemond riding a horse, etc. So stay tuned for that. Greetings Throne Watchers. Before we begin, I'll also post the 6th episode's breakdown video soon. But let's take a look at the episode 7's trailer first. Rhaenyra will meet Adam and will ask what he wants. She doesn't know his connection to Corlys, so she might assume he is just one of the random small folks, aka a commoner. By the way, is it just me who got the vibe that Syrax was also yelling at Sea Smoke? What do you think she was saying? You idiot, what have you done now? I also discussed Rhaenyra's dress from this scene 7 months ago in my teaser trailer, details you might have missed video. Anyways, Sir Adam claiming Sea Smoke, or rather Sea Smoke claiming Sir Adam, means Lenore has died in the Free Cities. Because as I've discussed in my Why Targaryens Intermarry video, one dragon can bond with only one rider at a time, and once they have bonded, that bond doesn't break until one of them is dead. This will also explain why Sea Smoke had been so restless and he might have confused Adam with Lenore, probably because he sensed the same blood in him. Speaking of Sir Adam, we see Aelin hand over a letter to someone. My guess is he will find out about Adam claiming Sea Smoke and will try to reach out to his brother. Whether she finds the truth about Sir Adam or not, this event will lead Rhaenyra to allow all the small folks to try to claim the dragons, as opposed to before, where she was only looking at the Targaryens who had been married off into the other noble families. Now she knows that even the small folks might have Valyrian blood in them as bastards, because bastards, aka half Valyrians, can also ride the dragons, just like Aegon, Aemond, Jace and Luke can do that too. So in order to get more dragon riders, she will turn to the places with most chances of finding dragon seats, that is King's Landing and Dragonstone, as they were the seats of Targaryen kings and heirs respectively. So once again, it seems like Rhaenyra will send boats to the small folks of King's Landing. As I discussed in my season 2 episode 2 weeks ahead trailer breakdown video, the bell will toll when Elinda Massey will be walking through the streets. Which task do you think Miss Arya gave Elinda? We also saw the Black Cloaks removing Rhaenyra's banners wherever they found it. At first, I thought the bells will toll to announce Prince Jaehaerys' death. But why do you think the bells are tolling now? Will another family member of the Greens die? Like maybe Sir Otto Hightower, as no one has heard from him yet? Or maybe a certain someone from the books? Anyways, as you can see here, a lot of people, most of them with silver white hair, will go towards the boats and will get into them to leave King's Landing. In this shot, it looks like the girl with the curly black hair is Nettles and the person in front of her could be Hugh. But I have heard rumors that Nettles isn't in the show, or at least in this season. Do you think it's Nettles or just a random dragon seed? And in this shot, you can see 2 more empty boats in the back, and judging from the silhouette on the right, it looks like Ulf to me. And later, we see these ships docked in Dragonstone and a lot of people entering the Dragonstone castle. By the way, these ships look a lot like the ships I had discussed in my Green's trailer breakdown video. So do you think Rhaenyra will send these boats, or do you think the small folks will steal these boats from the harbor? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As for why they will go to Dragonstone, my guess is they will try to claim the dragons. As you can see Rhaenyra watching in a beautiful red gown. Miss Arya and Sir Laurent are standing behind her as well. And later in the trailer, someone will claim another dragon. As you can see Rhaenyra in the same red gown standing in front of that dragon. I'm assuming he is Vermithor based on his size, but he seems a bit different from the dragon that Daemon were trying to tame in season 1. Which dragon do you think it is? As I discussed in my episode 2 weeks ahead trailer breakdown video, there were a lot of people standing in front of this dragon. So one of these people will probably claim him. Jace is not happy with this decision. He basically says,
House Targaryen is the blood of the dragon. If any may lay claim to it, what are we then?
he has a point. As young Rhaenyra had said in season 1, that Targaryens are considered closer to gods than men. But if anyone can ride the dragons, they will lose their power. So Jace doesn't want to let the small folks ride them. Do you think it was a wise decision? Jace also kept insisting they need Daemon, which really pissed Rhaenyra off. Speaking of Daemon, at Harrenhal, he has another vision. You can see someone holding Viserys' crown. I'm guessing it's Viserys, as we hear Viserys' voice saying, "It does seem to me that you've made a mess here." And Daemon asks him, "Whose side are you on?" The trailer made it look like Oscar Tully had said it, but Oscar would never dare speak to Daemon in this way, nor would Daemon reply with such affection in his voice. So I think Viserys would give him the crown, and it will finally clear Daemon's head. Maybe he'll realize that it was never the throne that he wanted. What he really wanted was Viserys' love and acknowledgement. This might help Daemon decide whether he wants the throne for himself or for Rhaenyra, because on the steps of Harrenhal, we do see Rhaenyra's banners flying. Either way, Daemon will finally take some action. So Daemon would first summon Oscar Tully and will get him on his side, and then he'll have Oscar call the River Lords, a call they can't afford to refuse, as Oscar Tully is their liege lord now. Beneath the weirwood, you can see the River Lords we saw in the episode 5, that is Lady Malister, Lords Piper, Darry and Mouton, etc. Amos Bracken and Willem Blackwood are also present. When they enter, you can see Daemon putting his hand on Oscar's shoulders, probably implying how close they are. But the River Lords would demand justice for what the Blackwoods have done. As you can hear Lady Malister saying, "The old ways call for justice." So in order to convince the other lords, I think Daemon will have to sacrifice Willem Blackwood. I don't think this is something he will happily do, as we also see Daemon sitting and contemplating over something before making up his mind and picking up his sword. And in the teaser trailer, we have seen Daemon beheading someone beneath the weirwood tree. With the sacrifice of Willem Blackwood, the River Lords will raise their banners and will make a camp in front of Harrenhal. As you can see here, Oscar Tully is arriving in an armor on a horse, and we also see an army camped behind him. We've seen these stairs of Harrenhal in the painting of Aemond's room. I've discussed these stairs in my A Watch Party of Ice and Fire podcast, and I've discussed this painting in my season 2 episode 1, the Greens trailer breakdown video. In one of the other trailers, we've seen Daemon sitting on his bed thinking before picking up his helm and walking out. This makes me think he's finally leaving Harrenhal for good. We've also seen Daemon watching this camp from the stairs. I've already discussed this scene in my Greens trailer breakdown video. What I had missed in this shot was the Tully army marching down the middle. I think in this scene, Oscar had just arrived with his army. Then we see the Green Council meeting in King's Landing. Aemond will receive some news which will surprise him. I think either it's the news about Daemon, as we hear Ironrod say, Daemon's dragon has taken to wing, or it's the news about the dragon seeds claiming the dragons. If I had to pick one, I would say it's the news about Daemon, as we've seen in the previous episodes that someone suggested to send Daemon to the battle. And we also know that a scene was cut from season 1 where Aemond had said to Otto that he misses Daemon. So Daemon clearly loves Daemon, and if Otto or someone else sent Daemon to support Jason Lannister's army in battle, I can see why Aemond would be in such a hurry that he would ride right through the city in the middle of riots without even bothering with her disguise. Whatever Aemond says surprises Larys as well, as he looks really shocked in this scene. So I think he is either going towards the dragon pit or to Vhagar, wherever he had parked her outside the city. I think he is going to Vhagar, as we see her flying again. And as you can see here, Vhagar's wounds haven't healed. with her injuries and her size, I feel like she might not be 100% okay. So which news do you think would be important enough to make Aemond ride through the city on a horse? You can also see Alicent going into the Blackwater Rush and saying, I have endeavored to serve my house and the realm, and somehow none of it matters. It seems like Aemond kicking her out of the council really hurt her. For a second I thought she might be trying to kill herself, but then realized she entered the water only in her shift, which she wouldn't have done if she was going to commit suicide. What do you think she's trying to do here? I'll post my episode 6 breakdown video soon. If you liked this video, please hit the like button below, share the video and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day. 7 blessings to you.